Alright guys, welcome back to another Call of Duty Warzone video. After patch 1.23 the FAL was buffed, and ever since many players have been calling the FAL overpowered. So in today's video we're going to be putting that to the test by comparing its stats to the recently nerfed MP5 and the FENNEC. Before we can continue with the video, 97% of you watching our videos are not subscribed to the channel yet. We're trying to reach 3,000 subscribers, so if you could help us out by hitting the subscribe button and dropping a like, that would be a big help. And it will keep you up to date with all the Call of Duty Warzone content we post. Okay, so let's get into the stat breakdown for all of these guns. So for each gun we're going to be looking at the base damage with no attachments, the rate of fire, the time to kill, which is very important for measuring the gun's ability, the ADS speed, the movement speed or mobility, and this is measured with no stock attachment applied to every gun, so it may vary, probably decreasing if the gun has different attachments, and finally the reload time. So first, looking at the damage profile, as expected the FAL does outperform both the FENNEC and the MP5 at close, mid and long range, as it is an assault rifle. The rate of fire does vary a lot from each gun though, as the FENNEC is the fastest, but this is not really that important here. The only noteworthy thing to mention is that the FAL is a semi-automatic gun and will require you to spam the shoot button quite a lot, but if this is something that you're good at, the FAL could be a good option. The time to kill is the most important difference here, as we can see the FAL and the MP5 are the same, and with the FENNEC it's taking quite a bit longer to kill enemies. Moving on to the movement speed, we see that with no stock you can move around much better with the MP5, which is very important considering that the vast majority of players will be running the FAL as an SMG replacement. You should be able to move around just as well with the FAL, and it isn't actually too bad here, just not better than the MP5. It would likely be quite a bit worse when a stock is added. Finally, for the reload time, the FAL is second place again to the MP5 and beating the FENNEC. If you are a Warzone player, you might want to consider running the extended 30 round mags for the FAL, as you'll need the extra ammo since more is needed to kill enemies in Warzone, and this will compensate for that reload time. We'll see this later on in the video. Now we want to have a look at all of the best class setups for each gun, assuming that we're trying to run all of these guns as the role of an SMG in the case of the FAL. So let's start off with the FENNEC. So we have the ZLR deadfall barrel, the 5MW laser which will help with hip fire, the no stock attachment for better mobility, the Merc 4 grip for controlling the recoil, and the 40 round drum mags to increase the clip size capacity. For the MP5 you want the monolithic barrel, the 5MW laser which is again for that hip fire, the FTAC collapsible for mobility, the Merc 4 grip for controlling the recoil, and 45 round drum mags. So for the FAL you want the 13-inch OSW barrel, the 5MW laser, no stock, the Merc 4 grip and the burst mod, and this will be so you don't need to worry so much about having a good trigger finger. Alternatively, if you want to run the best FAL setup at the moment, you'll want the monolithic suppressor, the 1MW laser, no stock, the Merc 4 grip and 30 round mags. So with these class setups, how do the guns perform in terms of hip fire? Well, let's take a look. So the hip fire with the burst setup for the FAL is much more comparable to the MP5, especially when you consider that it's easier to get your shots off, but looking at the regular FAL setup it definitely will not outperform the MP5 for hip firing, since the rate of fire is obviously not as fast even if you're good with the FAL, and as we can see here it's less accurate. To include the FENNEC here, again it seems to come up short with hip fire. And for the recoil, the burst FAL is obviously the best option. The attachments definitely control the recoil, as you can see for the overall FAL setup, the recoil isn't great horizontally or vertically, and it's the same story with the FENNEC. The MP5 is the best for recoil if you want a fully automatic weapon, while the bursted FAL is definitely the strongest in terms of recoil, but this will come at the cost of a semi-automatic weapon. In conclusion, the FAL buff has definitely made the gun better, and if you're someone who aims down sight a lot with your SMG, you might really like the FAL, as you're much more likely to land headshots at mainly mid-range, but sometimes even shorter ranges. You definitely want to use the burst setup though. If you aren't this type of player, I'd advise you to stick to your MP5, as it's still the better option if you want a fully automatic SMG. So that has been this video. Remember to subscribe, as we'll have more comparison videos like this one coming for the new guns in Season 5, and thanks for watching.